morning. My name is Ola Mohamed. Good morning. My name is Ola Mohamed, and my lecture entitled Recycling Laser Waste in Carton Industry. As we know, laser industry is one of the oldest industry all over the world. It started thousands of years ago. But laser industry is a polluting industry. It generates large amount of wastes, solid waste, liquid waste as wastewater, and also emit bad smell. So researchers in last decades directed their effort towards using production of useful material from different kind of laser waste. Skin from animal undergo mechanical and chemical process to can change to the laser which we use in our life.
Speak to the mic.
Okay. Hello. First one is beam house operation. This is the picture for laser from animal. It will be undergo several chemical and mechanical process. First, called beam house operation. In beam house operation, we get rid of waste, solid, dirt, blood, and also here. Then the output will be dust, trimming, and fleshing. After lime or skin will undergo tanning process. Tanning process through chrome tanning. It's the most common use in all the world, and the vegetable tanning that we used before. After tanning process, there is in post tanning operation, because after tanning process the leather get stiff. To render its flexibility, we add syntan and fat lacquering. Then finishing process, in which we add pigment and solvent and final form for leather. This is the picture for laser from animal, and this after tanning process and called chrome shaving. Finally, this is the laser we use in our life. Solid waste from leather industry is three different types. First, from leather waste from untanned hide, then from tanned leather, and finally from the finishing leather. This is a real picture from Egyptian tannery. This from untanned hide, which is white color. And this from after tanning process and called the wet blue or chrome shaving. And this is the final from the final leather product and called shaving also. This table shows a waste generation regarding to leather manufacture. We find that the wet blue split or trimming and shaving and the dry leather from bovine hide and light bovine hide, from heavy and light and sheep and goat, will be 171 ton per million finished leather. And for light bovine will be 513. And from sheep and goat will be 180. According to the leather waste trimming, final from the final leather will be 27.7, 83.2, and 151.3 from goat and sheep. And this waste, according to worldwide, we find that Asia, except China, will be 25% from all the waste from the world. Then Western Europe will be 23%. Then Middle East will 5%, Eastern Europe 2%, North America and South America will be 7% and 11%. China itself 13%, and the rest of the world will be 14%. Second axis I will talk about is the pulp and paper industry. We find that we have different pulp and paper will enter in our life very wide range. We use it in newspaper, tissue product, container board, board box, and printing right paper. The word paper comes from ancient Egyptian. When they writing on material called papyrus material. It is a plant that called bardi in ancient Egypt. So it was called the word paper. Then Greece, this since 3000 BC in Egypt. Then ancient Greece and Rome will use it. But the paper, as we know, the first invented by China. Now, global paper and paper industry dominate by United States, Canada, Sweden, Finland, East Asia, and Japan. This is because there is many forests in it. Paper production can be divided into 7 sub-processes. First, raw material process, wood yard, fiber line, chemical recovery, bleaching, and paper production, product and recycling. Paper making process, raw material with debarking or shipping, then cooking, pulping, pulp, then washing, and enter paper machine, finishing, converting, and then reach to paper products that used by customer. Danger of fire. Some died in a statistic, United States statistic. We find that someone died in fire every 3 hours, and someone was injured by 37 minutes. And 401,000 home fire. Regional fire caused by damage more than 6 billion property for damage. What's flame retardant? It is a chemical which add to combustible material to render them resist more fire for firing. It is minimize the risk of starting fire and also increase safety in life and property. The main family of flame retardant based on main compounds such as halogen, phosphorus, nitrogen, mineral, and other like borax and nanocomposite. Now I speak to you for 3 different axes: leather waste and their leather industry and their waste, pulp and paper industry, and finally flame retardant. In my study, I collect the 3 different axes in one study. We take the leather industry and grind it very fine particle, treat them with the flame retardant material, and add to leather and carton industry during pulp making formation of paper sheet. The result, we find that physical and mechanical properties of the blank sheet as well as paper sheet. This is the blank sheet without any addition. And this is the paper sheet with addition of leather without any treatment of flame retardant with different concentration, 6, 9, and 12. And this is the test that we make. Physical, like basis weight, thickness, air permeability, opacity, brightness, and also mechanical as tear, burst, breaking length, elongation, and Young's modulus. From the result, we find that the physical and the mechanical properties have the same range as the blank one. And there is some enhancement in the mechanical properties and physical properties. As air permeability in the paper or carton, here 0.12 will be 0.19, 24, 25. This makes the carton more permeability, يعني, which can be used in packaging for food. Second is the same, but with leather waste modified with bromine by the same percentage, 6 and 9 and 8. And also the same test would be made. Also there is enhancement in air permeability, enhancement in breaking length and elongation from 1.8 to 2.6, 2.4. So this addition of laser waste enhance the physical and mechanical properties. This is the second treatment by TEB or triethyl phosphate. This is the same. This is the blank, different sheet with the second modification by different percentage, and this is the physical and mechanical tests. The goal of our work is the flame retardant after addition. We find that a blank one will firing start after 4 minutes, while with treatment in the 3% it will be start after 6 and 9% after 7. By increasing the addition 9 and 12, it will be not ignite, which is a valuable result. Also the treatment, first treatment and second treatment, no ignition after, in addition of 9 and 12%. We make TGA, thermal gravimetric analysis. We find that first A is blank and E is 12%. We find there is an increasement by addition. By increasing the addition, there is enhancement in the thermal gravimetric analysis. Of course, the last for the previous for the untreated, and this is for the treatment 1 by bromine, the same result. And this is for the second treatment by triethyl phosphate. By increasing the addition, increase the thermal gravimetric analysis. Scanning electron microscope shows that there is no difference between the blank and the different treatment. Even there is enhancement, there is more smooth. Conclusion. The results show that the addition of laser industry improved significantly the flame properties. In the same time, didn't have bad effect in the visual, physical, and mechanical properties. So we can apply this approach for many different chemical industry, as rubber, as composite, to avoid the firing, quick firing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This is a very nice presentation. I have one question, because I know that not only in Egypt, but most of countries dealing with leather have really a problem when they are treating. Here you show us how to use the solid out, but my concern is with the effluent, the wastewater. Because in most of countries in sub-Saharan Africa, when you are treating this leather, you end up with a lot of contamination from groundwater, from the discharge of this effluent in water bodies. And we know that heavy metal is really in that. So I really want to know, in your case, as you are dealing with these industries, how you go about it, and what is the measurement taken to really reduce the impact of this heavy metal in water bodies.
Wait a minute.
As I say, laser industry is pollutant industry. It emits large amount of waste. Laser, solid waste, as we treat, and I have also another study on wastewater, but it is now not here. We make different studies on different water. We make some composite, some laser waste, some material which can take the heavy metal, especially chrome. The main component of laser waste is chrome. It is danger because when it is chrome 3, it will be safe. But when it's changed to chrome 6, it will be carcinogenic. So there is many study for taking uptake chrome from laser waste before it drain to the storage system.
Okay.
But it is not with me.
One more questions?
Well, answering your question, we are looking with some countries in Senegal River Basin. I think that the problem is the same, okay, with the tanneries. And we propose different water treatment according to the size of the population. You know, for example, for removal the metals, etc., you can use membranes. It's an option. But when you are working in a small populations, you have to look for more sustainable options. For example, you can combine the tri-clean filter and then you put more sustainable membranes, etc. It depends on the situation, okay. But yes, there are different options to treat this problem. Yeah.
Thank
Not in Egypt only, but all countries that use chemical laser processing, as India, China, Brazil.
Okay. So thank you again.